Welcome, everyone, to this edition of Talented Universe on the NDB Media Network. It is, it's 8/8, August 8th, 2025 today. I can't believe it's August. And even worse, we were mourning the end of season one. This week, we had our final review show, and it was just like we were going, we can't believe season one's over. But we're so glad there's a season two. However, first, I want to introduce my co-host, Liz. How are you doing today?
I'm doing wonderful, other than the fact that we're sweltering up here in Sacramento.
Well, yeah, it's kind of like everywhere it's doing that around here. Marcia, how are you doing down in sunny Florida?
Yes, Florida, Northeast Florida. We're roasting as well. I feel like a French fry, but I'm inside now, so I'm cool.
Well, I'm not too bad. Let's see if I convert it to Celsius. We're about 23 right now, so that's not too bad.
That sounds much cooler.
Yes, it's much cooler, but other day it was in the upper 30s. So, that's just the way it is. But I am so excited to introduce our guest today, the general from the Librarians, the next chapter, Adnan Haskovic. How are you doing today, sir?
Yay.
Great. Thank you for having me. It's real pleasure. I really appreciate that. And like you said, it's hot even here in Sarajevo, Europe, 37 Celsius degrees. So
that's kind of what it was here the other day. Yeah. So
yeah.
I get it. And Linda is in Vegas, and she's at 110, and I think that's close to 40 or a little bit more than 40. I'd have to double check the things, but that's up there. That's up there too.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah. First off, see, I'm probably going to steal one of my co-host questions, but that's what I do. How did you either hear about, was it through your agent? How did you hear about Librarians, the next chapter? And then you get your call and stuff.
Actually, I was invited to do an audition for the character Gregor Bogdan.
Even better.
At that time, yeah. At that time, I didn't know what it's exactly about, and I didn't know what kind of project is that, because it was a kind of a secret,
Not
so
surprised.
Yeah. So I did a self-tape, and when my agent called me and she said, you are on a short list, and the project is actually, we are casting you for the Librarians next chapter. And of course, I used to watch Librarians before, and I was even, the pressure was up, when I heard that is Librarians we are talking about. So I was kind of nervous, on my second edition, because now I have informations and
you knew what it was.
Yeah, I'm kind of a person. Don't tell me what project is that, who is involved in it, because I will not be under pressure. I will be relaxed. I will give better performance. And basically, that's how I found out for the first time. And I just brought my. They didn't put any notice like Gregor supposed to be like this or supposed to be like that. Like just do it as you feel. So I did it, and that was it basically. I met later on I think second audition. I came to Belgrade also for the shooting the show Arc, and Dean Devlin was there. Dean Devlin was there preparing for the first season of Librarians, and our mutual friend Jonathan English, he presented me to the dean. So we had a quick chat, about the character and everything, and he said, like, I look at you, can you do another audition, like just to try these things? And I did it, and like next morning they called me and they said, you got the role. Like congratulations, general. Bogdan.
Do you think it helped?
And it was like you're
Yeah, do you think it helped
please.
where you that you just happened to meet Dean in person because you were on the set of the Ark and he was there for the Librarians? Do you think that helped you get the part? That
Totally, because I'm the person. I always I used to have like 10 years ago like live auditions,
Yeah.
self tapes. We did like like 7-8 years ago. They tried to be like more into
they were all
self tapes, but
live. Yeah.
yeah. So when you meet somebody, you can feel his energy, he can feel your energy,
Yes.
you can speak about a character, not just like, you are one of 100 actors, and you are doing some performance like this, you are more personal. And first time I met Dean Devlin, of course, I knew everything about him, he's a big star, but such a great human being, like so humble, so like a simple which surprised me. And we had like a chat as friends, as we knew each other for a long
Yes.
time. And that was I think that was the breaking point, because he probably saw that I'm also that kind of a guy, and we can work together, and I'm guessing he's trying to put all the crew in all his shows. First of all, that they are good people, because you are spending a lot of time, on the sets, and you want to be with someone who is, great guy, to spend some quality time beside the acting, beside the business, you want to you want to make a new friendship, so it was really blessing for me. And so that's how basically, and it was so quick, like I met him. Can you do like can you send me like the other video? I sent the video, he sent to the studio that night. When I wake up in the morning, I was General Goran. Gregor.
Well, I bet you were really stoked when you found out, but did you realize, this is my last question, then I'm going to hand it off. Did you know that you were going to be the big bad villain of the season at that time, or you didn't find out until you got the script?
I knew it, I could feel it that I will be bad, like, but not so bad, not bad,
Not so bad.
like in 12 episode, like episode 12 was,
not shooting off nuclear
brutal,
missiles
man.
at everybody. No.
Yeah. I couldn't even imagine that, because I thought probably I will be, like in that period, historically, like 19th century, I will be the part of that, like I will be there, and probably like Vikram will come to me or something. I could never realize that he will come to the future, into the now's world, and then like become a president. And it was like hell of a ride.
Now I'm going to have to do this. I'm going to have to put a couple of questions. Linda, I'm going to hold off your question for a little while. But Sawan says, good evening, Adnan. Have to say, I love Gregor's laugh.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
And Leja Tabak says, Adnan is a great actor, but he is an even greater man. Greetings from Sarajevo. Do you know them, or?
I know Layla. She's such a lovely lady. She's a costume designer.
Oh, is she?
Thank you, Layla. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
really talented costume designer from Bosnia and Herzegovina, but working internationally, worldwide, and such a great soul. Thank you, Layla.
That is cool. Liz, I'll go with you first.
Okay. First, before doing anything, thank you so much for coming, but I've got to tell you something. You were literally driving me insane from the first episode of season 1 all the way through till the end, because I kept going, I know this face, but more than anything, I know this voice. I know this voice. And it was driving me crazy. It was keeping me up at night sometimes. And then we started to put together this program, and all of a sudden, out of the blue, it hit me. Oh my God. I already kind of knew you'd been on the ark, but it didn't phase me. And I run one of the largest ark fan sites, and we have a lot of the cast and crew, in the site as well. And when we had gone through with your character and the voice and nothing, but you weren't seeing anything but your voice and the blackmailing, I literally re-listened to those clips over 100 times. That's why it was driving me crazy. I know this voice. And then when that fell into place, what I was, and I already felt foolish, then I realized I had seen you in two other things with Legacy, which is why, you looked familiar to me. And then Snowpiercer, the movie, which you did a remarkable role in, by the way. And
Thank you so much.
I was like, I am the idiot on this one. But what I wanted to ask, and it kind of goes way back to your childhood. Um, I know that you started extremely young, wanting to go into both film and theater. And I know that when you were very young, about 7, I believe, this is right before the war
Yes.
started, you got a movie role, but that was never completed because of the war, correct?
Yes, correct, correct,
Okay.
correct. Because it happens like at the beginning of 1992, war started in April. Movie supposed to shoot summertime, as I could remember, and of course that stopped my how can I say child movie career. But it's a destiny, and but you cannot break how can I say, I always say you cannot break the chain. Well, if it's something needs to happen, it will happen, at right time. So look at where we are now discussing about great show with you guys who are I'm really honored to be here with you, with such a fans of these shows, because everything what I'm doing because of you guys, and I'm flattered, really.
We thank you so much for it, and you're the one giving us the treat for it. Uh,
Absolutely. Mhm.
but I noticed, like I said, that you had started very young. What first made you think, okay, I want to do something like acting versus other things? Because I noticed later on, you have a huge array of other likes in your system. Like, I know you're a baritone singer and you're great with certain types of dancing. So
Yeah,
what
yeah.
made you, want to do acting? What got
uh
you that bug?
That I don't know. My mom, I think she was the first one who recognized my talent. Even with when I was 3 years old, and all how can I say, teachers from my elementary school and everybody were always saying like, Adnan, he has to go, like. In that way he's like such a talented boy. I was always dancing, I was always singing, pretending that I'm somebody else, imitating famous people from national TV, like famous from Balkan, and also like worldwide. So how can I say, like, even as a young guy, even in elementary school, I knew it that I would become an actor, and that's why I decided after high school to apply to the Academy of Fine Arts here in Sarajevo, which is really, how can I say, unique and tough, based like on a mix of Russian, American, English kind of systems, like where you are going there, like it's a classical university. It's for 4 years, and you are studying psychology, movement, dancing, martial arts, like especially acting. Focus is on acting. So that helped me, to develop my talent, to discover myself, because when you are young, you are aware that you have a talent, but you have to work on your talent. You have to work hard to realize who you are. Once when you realize who you are, then you can explore everything what is inside of you, and just get it out, with characters you are playing. So that was actually in a, like, I gave you the short notice, you know, like of the path I was on, and I choose to be. So, you know, acting is I cannot see myself in anything else except this, you know. And it's not just a business for me or profession, it's a passion. It's a passion because I love to be with people, I love to explore people, I love to hang out with people, because my opinion is, if you are an actor, you of course you have empathy for everybody, you know. In order to understand human nature, you have to explore, you have to be, you know, there, you have to live life, and that's what I love. That's, and I'm always trying to put that on the screen, hopefully successfully.
Oh, I think you've been very successful with it. I have a lot more questions, but I'm going to toss it to Marcia because she hasn't had a chance yet.
That's right.
Of
Thank
course.
you. And yes, thank you for being here. Uh,
Thank you,
in
Marsh. It's
in
my pleasure.
science fiction and fantasy, fans really love to embrace villains.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
we
it's true.
really appreciate. And what a treat you had to be able to really create Gregor. You were saying that you had
Yeah.
a lot of input. There were some of the things. What were some of the things that you thought about when you were creating Gregor?
First of all, I thought, you know, like I realized that this is the, I didn't want to make him like a stereotype, you know, like a villain. I tried to go opposite, and I was thinking about all those dictators, you know, like we are witnessing nowadays, like how they behave, what kind of, you know, like what is the rhetoric of those guys, you know, like they are believing in everything what they are saying, you know, and they
Yes.
are, they think that they are on the right path. They think that they are some kind of, you know, like the prophets. God sent them to, you know, like change the world, you know. And
Mhm.
all of us see, all of us, we can see it's not true, but they are really believing it. So I thought, this guy Gregor, he's believe, he believes that he's on the right path, that he is actually chosen one, you know, like,
Yeah.
and everything what he's doing, you know, like he's the best. He's the best dancer. He's the best, you know, like when he's fighting with the swords, you know, like he's the
Mhm.
best guy, you know, such a confident, you know, and only ignorance gives you such a level of confidence, you know, because you are ignorant to acknowledge that there is, you know, more options, that there is different opinions, that is not everything about you. So I try to put, you know, sometimes in the show you don't have so much scenes to brought
Mhm.
so many layers, you know, but I
Yeah.
tried, you know, if I always say, if actors have that inside and thinking about it, you know, like it will be on the screen, you know, in some detail we will see that, you know, if you live and if you think like that. So basically my base for researching was like all those dictators we are seeing now, you know, like what they are doing, you know, you see they are smiling, they are sometimes charming, you know, they are,
Yes.
you know, like when they are with a lady, they are like try to be the best, you know, like gentlemen's, you know, like they are they know how to dance, they know, of course behind the curtains we see
Mhm.
that they are totally not respectful to anybody. So I try to develop him like that was my, how can I say, base start.
Mhm. Mhm. And you mentioned the sword play, which was so much fun. That had to be fun to
Yeah,
shoot.
yeah, yeah.
Were you familiar with sword play before?
I was familiar before, but with a different type of sword fighting, not like this. Like, how can I explain? That skill that they are using on Olympic Games. Maybe you saw
Oh
those
yes.
kind of, you know, and but in this show that was totally opposite, different kind of sword, like a big sword, and you need a lot of strength to do it. But we had, like a great stunt team with Slaviša on the head, great guy, who was really patient with us, with me and Callum, and we practiced our choreography. We knew it. We will shoot that, in a month. But we practiced it like every day, even if we are shooting something else, we are like, hey, Callum, what do you think? Can we, just try our. So we wanted to be really, how can I say, devoted to that, and that's why we shoot it, easily, because at the end it was natural for us, because we practiced a lot and we had great guidance, like I said, with Slaviša and his stunt team. So it was beautiful.
Wow, the swords themselves, were they real swords? I imagine they weren't sharp, but were they heavy? And
in some parts, how can I say, when you are filming the movie, some parts, of course, are fake, and
Yes.
we did it like with the fake swords, some fast movements. But when we are in a big shot, or we need to see, we cannot fake it, that is not the right sword, then we are using the right ones, and they are really heavy. But also it helps you, because when you take that heavy sword, it makes you powerful, like you have a feeling
Yeah.
that you have real weapon in your hand. So it helps the character also, I think. So it was, how can I say, like hell of a ride with that fighting scenes. Really, it was. Even today, I didn't put on the Instagram, but not even Callum. He didn't put it. But we have our choreography filmed while we practicing it. So probably I will release those footages
Nice.
now when everything is finished, how we practice the thing, and we were great. Not
No, you
he's
were.
not here, but
And it's a good thing you like
we
that
surprised
sword.
ourselves.
It's a good thing you like that sword, because now you and the sword are kind of one. So
Yeah, that's the irony.
Well, we
The
did let
sword
him out
sucked me in.
temporarily for this.
right.
But who
Yeah.
knows? I think Gregor can find a way, to come
I
back.
think
That's what
so.
I'm thinking. Yeah, I
Yep,
think that
that's
would
what
be
I'm
so
thinking.
cool. We
He's
were
a clever
talking. We
guy,
were talking
like
about that
evil
on
clever.
Wednesday. Yeah.
I'll go back to you.
I
So
want to go to.
let's
Okay.
hope.
Yeah, let's hope. And let me go to a couple more questions. Linda, she asked this question. She was like, "What role did you play?" And then, because I knew Liz was going to ask it, and that's why I didn't go to her immediately. But then she went, "That's it. You were the voice threatening Felix about his kidnapped daughter." And we go, "Yeah. I mean, when Liz figured it out, I went, that's where it was from."
And then we get to see you later in the next episode. In Fortnite,
Yeah.
we get to see you.
Yes. And I'm now like the real character, like we can see me, and he don't remember that, because he was kind of obsessed, as a clone, and
You were
he
so
really don't
fortunate.
remember that. Yeah. And that was the funny, like when I spoke with Jonathan about, like he said, wow, director loves you, like he loves your voice. And there is like a small part at the end of the show arc, and I think it would be it would, how can I say, like it's great for you, because probably you never played like in any episodes, like just with your voice, like maybe it can be, how can I say, challenging to you to try to do something different. And I said, why not? I mean, and he said, of course he will appear in episode 12, probably in the season 3rd, because like he's a teacher on the new planet where
Yes.
the ship is coming and everything. And I said, why not? I mean, I love those twists, even when I watch the shows, even when I watch the movies, I always loved those twists,
Yeah.
when something unpredictable happens. Like this in episode 11, we don't expect that the guy who is threatening, he's like a teacher there in elementary school. So it was kind of a great opposite to it. So I was also honored to be and explore that character, you know, like in such a short notice, but it was real blessing.
Mm-hmm. And Siwan asks, how would you explain that Gregor seems to find it easier to adjust and blend in the modern world compared to Vikram?
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one.
Good question. Yeah, good one.
Do you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, you know, like evil is always progressive, you know, like good is defensive, always. So every evil guy, like generally evil, is kind of a few steps, you know, like in front, because you know they are thinking about the things which normal people were never thought about it, you know. So I suppose in episode 11, when he saw for the first time television, you know, and when he saw what is going on there, and they are speaking about some weapon, you know, like for massive, you know, like destruction and everything. He's a clever guy, you know. He's a like evil genius. So he immediately, you know, like understood a bigger picture and you know, like adapt in episode 12, like, and become a president of the country. And like he I think that the key is evil is always more progress, because I think in the world we are living now, it's more, how can I say, the world is not bad, you know. But a good is defensive and passive, and we cannot see it. But I think generally, like, good is everywhere. But you know, when you put when you give somebody opportunity, you know, and the media and everything, yeah, you know, like, and they can how can I say, convinced us that the world we are living is how can I say, depressive, that we have to be afraid all the time of something, you know, that is it from another people, from another country, from another nation, from you know. And good people don't have opportunity to explore themselves and to say that is not true, you know. And so evil is progressive. Sometimes I'm also, you know, like, I'm thinking, why all the good people in the world, why they don't unite, you know, and change this world on a better, you know, like, and to say stop this, you know, like, the world is not like you are presenting to us. The world, we have to respect each other, we have to love each other. Why shouldn't we live all in peace, you know? And why shouldn't I, when I see Michael, you know, like, think about Michael is my brother, you know, like, let's all my mind and thoughts, like, I want him all the best, you know. Like, if we wake up every morning and say for our neighbor, like, I want my neighbor the best, I think the world would be, you know. But we are passive to do that, you know, because we don't believe that we can actually change the things like that. And that's why evil is so, because evil, they are believing that they are on a mission, you know, and they are progressive, and what we see, we only see that, you know. So that's why Gregor is adapting to the world, because, you know, like, he's an evil guy, and he's a few steps in front of everybody, you know. Maybe I confused you with a, you know, I tried to put.
That's
No, it was
interesting.
a perfect. It was
Yeah.
a perfect answer, actually.
Yeah.
Food for thought.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
And Linda says, and also Vikram was a bit was a bit naive to the modern things of now. It was still a bit of a shock. It was taking so much time for him to adjust. I have some thoughts on that, but I mean, you know, I think he was obsessed with the past because of Anya, and I don't think he really,
Yes.
you know, got through things, you know, until he kind of realized, I think I'm stuck here now. And
and he's not pragmatic, you know, like, Gregor is a pragmatic guy, you know, like, he's taking an action immediately. He don't have emotions like Vikram, you know. Vikram says to him like, Gregor, if you just find out what love is, it, like you can be also, like you can change. You don't realize the perception of love, and that's why Gregor, I think he's ahead of him in that modern world, because he don't have any, empathy. He's like a crushing through dead bodies, like so.
Oh yeah, and
And
he
he's
had a mission back then, and he's continuing it.
totally,
I mean,
totally, and
totally.
he's devoted to that and only to that. That's why he's like a quicker.
Yeah, and I mean, your performance. I mean, because I think I had started chatting with you before it had even. I mean, before when I found out you were in it, I messaged you. I think, but I didn't know what
Yes,
you played.
yes.
I didn't know what you
Yes.
played, but I said I'm so excited. We're planning on doing stuff about the Librarians, and I hope you'll be on with us when it comes out. And you said yes, you would. And then I got back to you, and then we've been talking all through the season. And
Yes.
the more I saw what you did, I said, "Oh, he's going to want to be after the season finale here." I mean, it was like I said, I understand why he's not getting back to me now, because I mean he wants to be on at the end, and I see why, because your whole arc is fabulous. I mean, it is just fabulous. It's just I can't imagine the fun you had playing that character through all that, from being in the 19th century and then playing in the 21st century. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just amazing. It's just amazing.
It is amazing. It is amazing. And like Belgrade is a beautiful city, and we explored what happened back then, like during the Ottoman Empire, because they ruled there, and like my character is based kind of that period, even the
Yes.
costumes, of course, Ivana, but I also have to say for the Ivana did an amazing
Yes.
job as a costume designer, especially for those, like when you have something from 19th century and like put also your unique, how can I say,
Take on it, or how we would say,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And she was amazing, and of course, when you wear your costume, immediately it helps you, like, and your character. So I was in the room before the shooting, and I saw all the like drawings she did for army of the Gregor and the Gregor, and I was really impressed how she did it. So of course we researched that period. We researched what happened like during the Ottoman period. Could we like take something from there and use that in the show? So it was real fun, because we also like exploring the history and historical events, which is also like blessing when you are an actor, like to find out the new stuff. And then it was so fun and beautiful. And also working with Dean directed first episode, and yeah, I didn't mention this, like my self-tape for the role of for the Gregor on how can I say, it's totally different from the episode 1. So when I came to the set, Dean Devlin said to me like, Adnan, let's try something different. I know you were great. I know you were great on a self-tape. I love it, but let's try to be like more ironical. Let's make a fun guy, like he doesn't see, like, problem in like I'm a brutal, or I will conquer all the world and kill everybody. Like he don't see nothing in it. It's fun for him, like, and he's like we said, for those dictators. And I said, Dean, that's it. Let's try that. It's better for me. So it was real fun, and I love working with him because he reminds me on you mentioned the movie Snowpiercer, like Dean Devlin and Bo Hong are, I can compare them like they are like a big kids, and
Right.
working with them is such a pleasure, because they are with you into the character, you know, like even when he explained to you about a character, he's trying like to act, you know, like to be inside with you. So and I love those directors, you know, especially a lot of directors are not, how can I say, they don't know how to work with actors, you know. They are like just on the distance, you know, like do your job, I will do my job. But with Dean Devlin, that was
It's
amazing,
right
you know.
there.
I'm really honored. So it was fun. It was great.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, I was so happy when, you know, even before you said that you'd like to be on the show, and that after seeing you, what your character was, I just went, oh my, this is not what I
Thank
expected
you.
this guy was going to play. And I was just so excited. I said, yeah, he's going to be on, yay! But
Thank you,
I'm
man.
gonna go ahead to Liz, because I'm just gonna geek out right now and I don't want to. So.
Oh, that's okay. I'm geeking out along with you, so don't worry about that
Oh,
much.
good. Then I don't feel bad. Then.
Since you had mentioned directors and different things, have you ever had where you just cannot get a scene? Nobody but the director's trying to say you just cannot get through it, no matter
Yeah.
what you do, either being tired or whatever. And what has the director done to help break you out of it?
Oh, did I have a beautiful story about it? It happens to me on the movie Twice Born. It's a European movie, but it's a really famous director from Italy, Sergio Castellitto. Maybe you heard of him, maybe
I've heard
not.
of him.
He's also a famous director and actor in Italy. He played in Narnia and
Yeah.
now in Pope. If you watch the Pope,
Yes.
so he together with his wife, based on his book, wrote a movie, beautiful story, like a beautiful love war story, Twice Born, called Twice Born, with Penelope Cruz as a main actress in it. And I was blessed to be, you know, like together with Penelope and Emil Hirsch, third cast on the list in that movie. And there was one scene, it was the end of the day, you know, and we were tired and everything. And me and Penelope, we are in the vehicle. I'm driving, and the scene's supposed to be like enemy army, like they are stopping us in the mountain, and they are like 10 of them with, you know, like you cannot recognize them with the masks and everything, and they are checking our papers, you know. It's like a difficult situation for our characters. We should be afraid and, you know, like stressful. We don't know, maybe they can, you know, like drop us there and then kill us there in the mountain. So Sergio Castellitto, he wasn't satisfied like with how we did it. Later, I will find out, you know, like at that when we shoot it, I didn't realize that. And he said like another one take, then another one, then another one, like, and we did like a 7 takes.
Wow.
And but he was like 100 meter there in 100 meter there in the director's stand, so we couldn't see him. And like maybe on the shot, I cannot remember, 8 or 9, one of the guys, which not happened before, like opened the door of the vehicle and like take me, you know, like for my shirt, and like kick me to the head. And
Mm,
like he had some box of the cigarettes, and like
mm.
uh, like how can I say, like take those cigarettes like and brought them to the Penelope, and we were really, how can I say, afraid, because we didn't know what is going on. This guy, he's a stunt guy. He didn't supposed to do that, because we didn't, you know, like agree on
Yeah.
that. We didn't practice like that. And he's with the mask, you know. And when the scene finished, me and Penelope we were confused, like what is going on. And then like that guy like taking off the mask, he's in the uniform, and it's Sergio Castellitto, you know. And he said
That's the way to do
and
it.
he said to us like guys, I didn't know how to help you anymore,
Oh
because
my
you were
gosh.
like totally wasted. I couldn't get what I needed. Like, this is the scene. Now you are afraid. Now you did it. Like, you are brilliant. and like he started to hug me and her, like to kiss us, like sorry for this, but and of course we appreciate it, because imagine the director, like he's, you know, like
Yeah.
in a minute wearing everything, like, you know, like the costume and the mask. And so we couldn't do it, and the director find a way how to wake us up, how to, you know, like bring the best of us. So and I love those directors. I love those directors because they want you to be the best, because they know you can do it. But sometimes, you know, as a football player, or, you know, like a soccer player, you are on the field but it's not your day, you know, it happens sometimes. It happens to us, but the coach or the director in this case, he always find a way how to wakes us up, and it's beautiful. So that's the story.
That's really good. I like that. And speaking of directors, along that same vein, I had mentioned before with a lot of your dancing, including waltz. And I believe it was Taki that directed 12 for Librarians, correct? Milan Kotovic?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
did he, when he was doing the directing, did he know your background regarding dance and basically kind of incorporate his directing into what he wanted with you with the dance?
We
You
had a
know,
professional dancer, and of course, before we practice it, he explained the scene, you know, and he explained what we supposed to do in the scene. So the choreographers, they tried to make the dance and to adapt the dance to the scene, you know, to the what is going on there.
right.
So all the pause, sometimes in a waltz you don't have so many pause, or, you know, like, so they tried it to improvise, like to make waltz look great, but at the same time dance should follow the dramaturgy of
Hmm.
the, you know, scene. So uh, we did it like that. And first of all, of course, we worked on the basics. Like I said, on Academy of Performing Arts, when I was studying, of course, we dance, waltz, and everything. But during the time, if you're not using it, you know, you need some practice. You know, waltz is a simple kind of a dance, you know, like a three steps, but doesn't matter. It's the attitude, it's the, you know, like the way of your how can I say, stand with your body, with your face, with expressions and everything. So it takes some time, you know, like to get into it again.
Yeah.
So the director explained everything to choreographer, and we worked based on on his guidelines. So that was really beautiful, because I that dance, it's kind of I think they imagine it for the movies, you know, because it's so simple, but looks like a tango and waltz. They on the screen they look amazing, you know, always in every movie, in every show. So and I mean, Liv and I, we were so natural in it, you know. And at the end, those choreographers said, like, "Ah, guys, like you can do it," you know, like always, you know, like now you are like you look like a real professional waltz dancers. And we said, because we practice it like with Callum, me and Liv, we practiced it like in whenever we got a chance, like, Liv, can we try the dance? And she, Adnan, can we try the dance again? And I said, why not? Let's do it, let's be natural in it. So that's basically
Okay.
it.
No. You explained it perfectly. Um, I'm going to go ahead and throw it to Michael or Marcia, whoever wants to take it, because I have a couple more questions, but they might be lengthy. So,
Well,
Okay.
Go
I
for
would,
Marcia then.
yes, thank you. When I think of the show, The Librarians, and where it's filmed, you mentioned the culture that is on display, and I've already learned so much that I had no idea about the area. And also, when I learned that you are from Sarajevo, um,
Yeah.
that brought some memories back to me. Not that I've been there, but of the Olympics, where you were actually
Yeah.
born that year.
Yeah, 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 exactly, exactly.
So you have no memory of the actual Olympics. However, I wondered, um, the area has been under so many challenges. What um, are children taught about the Olympics, or what kind of is the feeling of such an important event to the world and remembering Sarajevo?
Yeah. You know, everybody, even today, we are, like proud on the Olympic Games, and we are hoping that sometimes in the future we will have that opportunity again. Now we are not the big country as we used to be, like that in that period. The country was Yugoslavia, with how can I say, sixth republic in it, including the Bosnia and Herzegovina. Like we had that kind of a communism socialist regime with Tito. So in those regimes, nobody asks questions. Like Olympic organization of Olympic Games was such a challenging time, because I know this because later on I spoke with the people who organize it, with the people who were there in the, how can I say, not just in the organization but also participant, and in some sports, and that was I cannot even imagine how Sarajevo looked in that period, like all the world inside of such a small city, and all the eyes of the world are watching Sarajevo, and that
Yes.
uh, the Olympic fire and everything. And we are, of course, keeping memories on it. We every year we have some guests which were participant of the Olympic Games. We have a museum of the Olympic Games. We have great events, and for me, I didn't know that, but maybe when I was like a 15 or 16, somebody told me like Kirk Douglas was here in Sarajevo during the Olympic Games, and I said, come on, Kirk Douglas was there. And of course I explored, and he was here. And there is like many documentaries that he was like in the famous, like restaurants here, because the Balkan is a specific, hopefully you will come in Sarajevo and visit it. I would be more than glad to be your host here, and to show you around and everything. So it's kind of unique, and everybody are surprised when they see Sarajevo, because you have a mountains, like you are like 30 minutes in the car, you are in the mountain Bjelašnica, you are in the mountain Jahorina. 2 hours and a half driving, you are at the seaside. Hour from my town, you have beautiful lakes, rivers. So it's really unique. So people are always stunned with the culture, with the history of Sarajevo and Bosnia and Herzegovina. Now we have a Sarajevo Film Festival, which happens. It's on every
Yes.
August. So this year we will have many Hollywood stars. They will how can they will be here, and I think basically all the Hollywood stars have been here during these 30 years. Festival started in 94 during the war, and like in that period, 30 years, everybody were here and everybody were impressed about Sarajevo. So hopefully you will come and see not just the movie festival, but also that Olympic Museum and those mountains, where everything happened. So
Yeah, I actually videotaped the Sarajevo Olympics, so I have videotapes that I
come
took
on.
of the events. So, and I still have them, and they're on beta, and I still have
Ah,
beta machine, and I watched them many times, and it was
so you
beautiful.
know better than me.
It was beautiful. I know you weren't even here yet, but
Of
yes.
course, of
But so
course.
I really have good memories of Sarajevo from a distance. And I was going to talk about the Sarajevo Film Festival. I think Willem Dafoe is getting an award there, and it kind of helps me to understand that such an active community of filming. What is the film community like now in Sarajevo? Because
Uh, we are a small country. We are not doing like many productions, but maybe like a few movies a year, one or two shows a year, like mostly based, how can I say, for the Balkan market, but sometimes also for the European market. And in order to make big shows, you need to be big country. You need an audience. Like at least 20 millions, and that's the business. Nowadays industry, they are not just making movies, like for fun, for like to explore, to say something important, but also they want to earn some money.
yes.
And in Bosnia, which like 3 millions of people, it's not, how can I say, profitable to make a movie and earn money from the movie. So we are basically working some artistic movies, which is also great because you don't have opportunity to do that. If we compare that to United States, that can be like let's say like United States work independence movies, kind of, but they are also much higher budgets compared to the Bosnian movies. Like let's say for us, when we have like a $3 million for us, it's a big production here. Like it's like, but in United States, if you have 3 millions, it's kind of like a really low budget movie. So we are trying to offer unique ideas, to explore something what we don't see in the cinematography generally, and to bring some original ideas from our culture, from like some how can I say, I worked on a movie like 2 months ago, which is speaking about what is going on with the human soul when we are dying. So the authors here, they are trying to explore that kind of that author based his ideas on Sufism and those Rumi ideology and those transcendental kind of things. What is going on with the soul when we are not part of this planet? So we have opportunity to explore those subjects with these artistic movies, and that's basically that's the, how can I say, reality in the Bosnia and Herzegovina. I would love, of course, in the future that we can also join with our shows, on Amazon or in, like Netflix or HBO, like to offer something, because, but we are a small country and we need, I think more lobby, more connections. And because I was a part, telling this, I was a part of one TV show in Denmark, in the Copenhagen. It's a below the surface called show. It's kind of like a thriller action series. And they are also a small country, but there I saw that they are like, they made a mini Hollywood, like they have studios, they have like original ideas, and they are trying like to make movies and shows for selling. Like this show they are making for the United States. This show they are making for Japan, and they are trying to make a small industry, so they are making, as a small country, like let's say 30 shows a year and like 50 to 100 movies a year, which is I think achievable in Bosnia if we put things together, but we are working on it, and hopefully in the future we will have better, how can I say, like more worldwide cinematography and more recognizable cinematography worldwide.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Liz, let's go with your questions because we're going to be closing up pretty soon. So I want you to get your fun questions in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, since we are getting close to closing up, the one question I'm going to ask is, when you need time to decompress and just get away from anything, what do you enjoy doing? Is it reading, walking, just enjoying nature? What do you enjoy?
Running in the nature, like jogging and like walking, like you said, fast walking. It's the best therapy I could ever have, because I used to have those from my childhood. I'm always active, like maybe I can say even hyperactive, and I love to walk, and when I walk, it's like a therapy, Walking, running, it's like a therapy. I'm thinking about the things, and my mind is becoming clear. So that's my way of getting off.
And the other question is, and I almost am scared to ask this question because of COVID. I know that you had invested in a restaurant that
Yeah.
was primarily, Balkan and Syrian food. Is
Yeah.
it still in existence?
No,
And
no,
no.
unfortunately
Oh,
not. COVID,
that's what I was
COVID.
afraid you were going to say. And I was like, oh, I didn't want to hear that. But I was hoping it was, because I would have loved to have visited it.
I mean, there is a lot of restaurants here, which my friends are the owners of. So when you come in, don't bother about it. You will have a great time, great food. Unfortunately, we couldn't manage because we were in the city center.
Mhm.
Our restaurant was in the city center, and when the COVID started, they want us to pay a rent as we are actually working, but we are not working.
Yeah.
And we said, like, guys, that's not going to work, because we are stuck in our apartments. Nobody is going to restaurants. So please, can we do something, like, can we pause the time, and when everything, when the COVID is done, let's do it like we did. No, you have to pay the rent. And that's why we decided, like, to cut the expenses and, like, to end that journey. But I'm not, I don't regret it. I don't regret it. The end of that journey, it opens you another new journey, maybe even better.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
but the food in Bosnia and Herzegovina, guys, I don't know, do you love like eating, like, because I am, I'm enjoying food. Sometimes I have, like, a problems with my weight, because I love sweets, I love everything. It's food in Bosnia and Herzegovina is temptation for the guys who loves food. So please come. It will be more than pleasure to host you here. And
Well, I was especially interested since I found out a lot of my ancestry is from that particular area. So I really wanted to
oh,
go more deeper into my own roots and experience my own background culture. So that was why I was really
great,
interested in it. So no,
great. Will
I
be my
really
pleasure.
appreciate I really appreciate you answering that. And I know that Michael probably wants to think about cutting this short. So if I don't get a chance to talk to you again, thank you for being on here. We really appreciate it. You were an incredible guest. We really appreciated it.
Thank you,
So,
Liz. Thank you. The pleasure is mine, and thank you.
Marcia, closing
Big heart.
remarks.
Wow, I was just gonna ask, have you ever been to the United States? Yeah,
Of course, I've
you've
been
been
into the United States, LA, of course, Chicago,
because of your
Palm Springs.
film work. Have you been to New York City?
New York City just shortly for 2 days, but definitely I will come again because I didn't have enough time to explore New York City, and
Okay,
it-
that's where I'm
New
originally
York.
from. So you're talking about food. You have to come and sample some good old New York pizza and stuff like that. So
I will. I
we'll
will
invite you.
definitely. I will.
And again, I'd like to echo Liz. You've been a joy, and thank you for bringing some good memories back from Sarajevo and helping us to understand what a great actor you are, because you're nothing like your evil villain characters.
No,
Thanks, God. Thanks to God. Thank you, Marcia. Thank you. The pleasure was mine, and I really appreciate that.
well, before you go off, I had read something about this. I'm not sure that she's got the right channel, but Dean Devlin has secured a deal that they're going to be showing the new Librarians fairly soon on NBC Universal, one of its pay channels. She thinks it might be
Yes.
sci-fi. So are you excited for you to see it? Finally?
Of course. I saw the show. I saw the show because the guys from the show sent it to me. But I'm really, how can I say, excited for the audience to see it, not just in Bosnia and Herzegovina, but also in Europe. And
Yeah.
I heard the news yesterday that it will be on September aired on Sci-Fi Channel.
It
So
is
I
on
can-
Sci-Fi, so yeah, they didn't say that in the article I had read, but I guess she read another one, which is great, Linda. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
And
Michael.
we are happy. We are happy that there's a season 2 of Librarians.
Yeah.
We'll see if something happens and you get out of the sword or something, But we
Yeah.
don't know. We don't know. And and I hope we might see you on the Ark again. But I'm not going to say anything because I know you can't talk about that, and that's fine. But we're hoping, or we see you in something else.
That's right.
So that's
Yeah.
coming out. So
It's you will see me Ride or Die TV show. It's an Amazon TV show with Octavia Spencer. So
Oh,
it will be, I think, January or February. I just finished it in Prague, so that's the new show. But let's
let's see what else
hope-
happens along the way.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Because we
Thank you.
never know. We never know what's going on.
of course. That's
But-
the beauty of this profession, because nothing happens this day and tomorrow you are somewhere else.
You're
like
somewhere
doing
totally
this.
different. Yeah. And then you're gone for several months, so it's like,
Yes,
yeah.
yeah.
So it's kind of
Yeah,
crazy. But
it is totally.
on behalf of NDB Media and Talents Universe, thank you so much, Adnan. Sorry.
Thank you.
That's-
Thank you for having me. It was such a pleasure, guys, and I'm really honored. You are such a great guys, and I cannot wait to meet you in person in the future.
Yeah.
Let's
well,
break your
hopefully, if Electric Entertainment does another convention, that they invite you to come to the convention in the.
Yep.
So who knows?
That would be great.
That's right.
That would
Who
be,
knows
yeah.
what? Who
Yeah.
knows what? What might happen. But
Yes.
as I said,
Yes.
thank you everyone for coming.
Yes.
We've got. Oh my!
Amazing guests
Mhm.
coming.
We've got amazing guests coming. We've got Hannah Devlin coming on Tuesday. She was in episode 11.
Yeah.
I don't know if you got to meet her when you were there or not. Because
Of course, we
Yeah.
we had a scene together.
That's right,
is
you
such
did.
a-
That's right, you did.
Yeah. She's such a lovely, like she's lovely. She's talented. I love her. I love everything about her. And I'm so Tuesday I will watch the show. Maybe
Yeah.
I'll ask some questions.
Yeah, and I'm
That's
trying to think
great.
what
Up in.
time it is coming on for you. It will be It will be on at 9 p.m. your time
9 p.m.
on Tuesday.
Great.
Mhm.
Great.
And then
Great.
which is another on Sunday, we have Sam Bell, who is Madame Visconti from the episode and the House of Cards. So she will be with us then, and that's 8 o'clock your time. 2 o'clock Eastern time, 11 a.m. Pacific time on Sunday. So those are the next two Librarians guests that we've got. And sadly, we've talked to almost all the directors, and they're all busy. And so
I know.
they say, "Oh, well, we'll come as soon as we have some free time." And I said, "Thank you. We'll enjoy having you." But
They will.
They will. But everyone, thank you for coming, and we'll see you again soon. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Big hug. Big hug. Bye.